Hey guys, Spirit here, and it's been a while since I did a 101 video, and I'm actually covering the last class I have to, and that is the
That's
medic.
not medicine.
Now, the medic is supposed to be the non-combat class. It comes equipped with a needle gun, a medigun, which can actually heal your teammates, and the bone saw. Now, your needle gun and your bone saw are more or less to defend yourself if your patient has died or you suspect your patient's a spy. Now, your needle gun does 5 to 12 damage based on range, but it has an arc to it. So the needles fall off when they get to where they're going. You have 40 rounds in the clip and 150 on reserve. And make sure you calculate in for that arc, because you can do massive damage with a needle gun against an unsuspecting opponent. Now, your bone saw is just like every other melee. You'll do 65 damage per hit and 195 for critical. With the medic though, his critical chance raises based on his patient's damage output. So if the patient does more damage, the higher chance of you to get a critical. That's why it may seem a medic gets more criticals than any other class when it comes to melee. And your medigun is used to heal your teammates. You can heal enemy spies if they are disguised. Try and be on the lookout for them. I will end up making a video on tells and signs of enemy spies. Some spies though will stick to the shadows and pop out and get you. So you need to be careful and look around on your surroundings. Now, the medigun will heal a teammate for 24 health per second, and if they're getting critical healed, meaning they've taken damage, they've come to you, it's been so much time since they've taken the damage, they'll gain 72 health per second. That's why overhealing during the setup is so fast. It is because everyone's set to they're going to gain critical heals. During setup, you can use your medigun and it'll reach 100% by the time setup is ready, unless it's a 5-point map or a payload race when your time to set up is about 10 seconds. You won't be able to achieve that. The medigun takes 60 seconds of charging to reach full charge. Now that time can be reduced down to 40 seconds if you're doing critical healing to your teammates. If you're doing critical healing, you're doing good. Now, never pocket a teammate unless, say, that's the plan of your team is pocket this guy, will do good. But a medic should be doing his rounds or healing teammates that are on fire, covered in Jarate, covered bleeding, covered in mad milk, or on fire, because you'll put them out, you'll shorten the time the bleed, Jarate, milk is on them, and you'll be able to overheal your team. By overhealing your team, you give each person half their health added on to their full health. By doing that, you're basically creating another person with that extra health. I overheal a heavy, he has 450 health. With that 450 health, that heavy has now been doubled. There's 1.5 heavies. I overheal a soldier, he'll have 300. There's now 1.5 soldiers fighting. That overheal makes your team so much more powerful. So next I'm going to move on to showing you the actual damage with the weapons. Alright, so the bots are turned on, And let's show you what the medic can do. As you can see, 65, 195. Now, the bone saw is more or less going to be, I'm trying to get away, get out of my face. And as you can see, your needle gun does massive damage really fast. And it's a great way to get people to back away, especially if they run in a straight line. However, that does not mean you should run in a straight line. If you run in a straight line, you're making yourself just as easy as they are. With criticals on this, 30 damage needles times by the amount that can fire off, your opponent will back off very, very easily. But it's not your suggested weapon to go into full-out combat with. You're meant to heal your team, not be the killer on your team. As you can see, the damage output increases my critical chance. Criticals just rolling like crazy. But once again, it's a last resort to take care of spies, scouts, or anyone who wants to get in close. But it's more or less up to your team to defend you than you are to defend yourself. So next, I'm going to show you how the Uber works. Alright, so I've built an Uber, and I've set up a level 3 sentry in the back there. Now I'm going to show you the power of what an Uber can do. An Uber will Uber yourself and your patient. And what the Uber does, it makes you invulnerable for 8 seconds. Now you can flash it to teammates by switching healing to them, but it lowers the amount of time you'll have on the Uber. You can effectively flash 2 people with the Uber for 4 seconds, and with that you can do a lot of damage and kill a lot of sentries and such. Now, as you can see, the level 3 sentry does hurt me, but if I right click with my Uber at full, sentry does no damage whatsoever. It still does pushback, but it does not actually harm me. The same thing applies also to using it against foes and using it against status ailments. I'm trying to think of the word. Status ailments include burning, fire, well, burning is fire, Girardi, mad milk, bleeding. It removes those status effects easily. Now, as you can see, I do not have the stock bone saw on. What I have right now is called the Uber saw. Once you get hold of this, this becomes one of your main weapons. It has a slower swing, but you can build Uber with it and effectively keep yourself going into a little Uber chain. Not recommended when you're first starting off, but it is what you could call an upgrade to the bone saw. It's not an exact upgrade, it's a side grade, but it is better stat wise because you gain Uber. If you do your taunt, you get 25 upon stabbing it in and 75% upon pulling out, effectively giving you a 100% Uber charge. But overall, your main job is to be healing with your medigun and not fighting on the field. Keep yourself hidden away behind obstacles for snipers, and always be near teammates. If you're not near a teammate, you're not effectively helping your Uber charge. And always watch your back for spies, and never be afraid to use your weapons to defend yourself. If someone wants to chase you down, give them a few shots with the needle. If they want to get in close for a melee battle, give them a swing. You'll most likely get a critical and kill them instantly, effectively making them back off. But that's all for now. This is just the 101, and hopefully I'll get around to finishing the 102 series and making a bit more 101 lessons for everyone. So, thanks for watching.
Solid.